With me now is Jon Allen, former Canadian ambassador to Israel. Jon, always appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us on this Friday morning.
Good morning.
What do you make of Netanyahu's defiant approach in this speech? What stood out to you?
Well, he called the Palestinians essentially terrorists and confirmed what we have known for over a decade, that he has no interest in negotiating a two-state solution. This is the Palestinian Authority that even before I was ambassador from 2006 to 2010, has been cooperating on a daily basis with the security services of Israel to prevent terrorism and terrorists from entering Israel. The Palestinian Authority is not Hamas. It was not the Palestinian Authority that committed the war crimes and crimes against humanity on October 7. Mahmoud Abbas was in the General Assembly once again recognizing Israel's existence, condemning Hamas for what it did, and committing to elections, transparency, things that he committed the Prime Minister and others who recognized Palestine to over the next year. So, he also claimed that our recognition and the recognition of 10 other states at the General Assembly was somehow supporting terrorism, when in fact it was meant to support the two-state solution. It had nothing to do with supporting Hamas, which has never been interested in two states. So I think in general, the speech was a defense of his current positions. He didn't speak about annexation because, as we've heard, Donald Trump has said the legal annexation will not go ahead, although de facto annexation is happening on a daily basis. But he refrained from getting into that issue.
And Jon, how do you foresee this address being received amidst the growing international pressure, as Netanyahu, as you pointed out, called out several nations, including Canada, for recognizing a Palestinian state?
Well, I think we all expected to hear what we heard. I don't know how this meshes with a new day after Gaza plan that Donald Trump discussed with a number of Arab nations, and including Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey the other day. And that envisaged a plan whereby the Palestinian Authority would eventually take over the governance of Gaza. It would be a long time, perhaps 5 years, and it's inconsistent with another plan that Arab states and the UN has adopted. But certainly the United States seems to be heading to an area where Trump does not want to go, with the Palestinian Authority eventually in control of Gaza.
Netanyahu will be heading to Washington, D.C. next. You mentioned Trump. What are you expecting to come from a meeting with the U.S. president on Monday?
I assume that Trump will reiterate that formal annexation should be off the table, despite what Netanyahu and his two far-right ministers threatened after the recognition by Canada and others was announced. And I think they will have a conversation about how to manage the end of the war. Trump now seems to want that to happen more quickly, and how to deal with the hostages who are now, in some sense, being threatened by the attacks in Gaza City. We'll have to wait and see whether Trump lays out this new plan for the day after to Netanyahu and what his